Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world or in the United States. Big welcome to our team first week of the month team training. My name is Peter No, SPD with LifeWave. I have my beautiful co-host, my upline, my best friend, my partner, whatever you want to call her. This is Marci. How are you doing today, Marci?
I'm great. Happy to be here on our first Saturday with you, Peter. No, happy to be in this business with you.
I can't believe we're already starting February, everyone. With the look of everybody's eyes, we have over, oh my gosh, 200 already here on this call. Who here had an incredible January to start off the year? Raise your hand, do your hula hoop, your jumping jack, whatever you want, okay? We just want to say we are so proud of each one of you. We've made it through the year. I hope you're still keeping up with your New Year's resolution. Who here is still keeping up with their New Year's resolution? Because I know Marci and I are in the gym now, physically, okay? Physical gym. We're working out. We're working out together. I've made it my goal this year to become Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, right. Okay. But I don't think I'm going to get there. But all I want everyone to know is that we have built an organization here so strong that we cannot recognize the leaders anymore. And I want to overflow that to our bodies because I've committed myself this year to be in the gym. What does that mean, Peter? That means I have to teach what I preach, right? Or preaching what I'm teaching, meaning the gym analogy. So for all the brand new partners here, brand spanking new here, okay? This is your first training, your second training. Big kudos to you. You're coming into a huge gym where we're teaching you how to build muscles. What are muscles here in our business? People. We're teaching you the skill sets on how to talk, communicate, connect, and enroll and partner up with people, right? And everyone, the definition of network marketing is a self-development journey with a compensation plan wrapped around it. So Marci and I and all the leaders here this year, all the leaders, we're only committed to teaching you skills and behaviors. Let me repeat that again. It's called skills and behaviors. We're only investing into valuable things that can build up your skill sets so you can connect to the world, so you can gather people to come join our community, so we can all help each other. What I love for the three things that I always teach, it's called HTF, health, time, and freedom. Does anybody understand that? Okay, we want to make sure that this is a purpose, it's your calling. So what you're going to hear every day, every month from us is just the same thing this year, but again, we're combining the best online training system that we've ever seen. And when we say online training system, we just want everyone to know, when Marci and I trained the 333, the 333 is a behavior. It means behavior to talk to 3 people a day. Whether you say hi, whether you say, what have you heard about stem cells? Whether you say, what's going on with you? It is just learning you how to get into the gym. When we say ask, share, and give, again, it's a behavior, it's a skill set. We're teaching you how to open up the conversation, how to pique people's interest, how to share information, how to pre-qualify if they want something from you, and then how to give a website, how to give them something to order or something for free. It doesn't matter. But what we're trying to say is that we're going to give you all the tools for you to do the 3-3-3 the right way, and it's up to you.
Peter, I love this. I love how you just explained 3-3-3 ask, share, give, and how you use the peaking interest in pre-qualifying. And I heard from one of my distributors that when you did the In the Know with Peter Know, you did a great scripting of that. And I was wondering if you could share that with the bigger group.
Oh, for sure. Let's role play and let's play it now. So everyone, we're only going to take a few minutes of this because we want to leave the most for Christian Hansen to apply. But Marci and I, the ask, the share, and the give. I've been teaching now to go deeper, everyone. And that's why you don't have to talk to a lot of people, but you have to really learn how to get into the gym. Okay, so the first three is, what is that? It's the ask. Ask is piquing interest. I want you to be in a piquing interest lane so much. So for example, if I'm asking Savi, what have you heard about tires? Nothing. Tires does not pique Savi's interest. Hey, Savi, what have you heard about bowling balls? Nothing, because bowling balls does not pique his interest. But if you ask him, what have you heard about stem cells? Or what have you heard about peptides? Or what have you heard about, technology, frequency, photobiomodulation? It doesn't matter. Just that word is called piquing. We want to now bring in so much value, and the more that you can pique someone's interest, for example, if they want something so bad because they like it, do you have to pre-qualify even better later? No. So once you pique, that is called the ask. The share, okay, what are you sharing? So Marci and I've created the best website, the startx39now.com, and the best podcast. So when I ask Savi, what have you heard about stem cells? He's going to say, yes, I've heard about it, or no, I have not. Either way, you only need to learn two things. I want you to learn how to explain a little bit more about the age. Yes, we all have stem cells. Have you heard of stem cell injections? Everyone's heard of stem cell injections. Don't get out of the lane until they tell you they do or they don't. When they do, follow up. Do you know that we produce our own stem cells? And I find out this is missing. I want them to know, do you know? Because sometimes if we skip that, they don't know that we create our own stem cells, and that's why they don't value that we can turn on your own stem cells. The moment you do this, and then we say, oh yeah, we turn on your own stem cells. Hey, look, what if there is a technology out there? Look at this, what I'm holding. What if I can tell you that I can turn on your own stem cells for less than a cup of coffee a day? That should be the ultimate peaker. If they're not interested to learn more from that point on, there is nothing left to show. Does that make sense, everyone? But if they say, oh my God, what is this? Oh my God, I want it. Oh my God, this sounds interesting. That is where we want to get to. And then from there, you just don't say anything. Hey, Robin, what are some of the challenges that you're having? Oh my God, Peter, I have a headache. I'm losing my hair. I have a frozen shoulder. I have knee on knee. I have a backache. You know what, Robin? Awesome. Hey, if I can send you a 30-minute recording, or if you are free tonight, would you join me for a live recording? And then I'm going to send you a quick website where you can review. If you like that, then I will show you how to order this at wholesale, or I'll show you how to get this into your hands. Can I send it to you right now? I want you to stay in the peak and the pre-qualify so much before you get them to send, before they get to order, or before they get any samples from you. I have tested this over and over again. Again, it is selling value. It is listening to their problem, and you have to be the best solution for them moving forward. And we're going to train on this over and over and over again. But today, later, what you'll hear from Christian Hansen, he's literally going to share with you the mindset of what is going on with the person in front of you. What are they thinking about, and how you can message that. But Marci and I created the shortcut already, and we kind of failed forward fast and stumbled on what works. But now we're bringing in the arsenal to really teach you the fine tune of this. So I hope everyone understands. You peak, you pre-qualify, you send them, use the tools, which is the podcast, before they get to order, before they get any sampling. And from that point on, you have did your home run. Does that make sense, everyone? Practice that behavior.
Peter,
Fail forward fast. Go ahead.
you have 3 minutes. Do a role play on that with me. It's very good. And Kathy Coker, can you script that? I want to put that on our site like we have Bob Campbell's script. This is another script. This is 333 Ask, Share, Give, the peaking and pre-qualifying script. Okay, thank you.
So Marci, what's going on? Long time no see. How you been?
Oh, I've been good. It's been a while. What's up?
Hey, really quick, I want to catch up with you. But hey, I know you're in the health space. I know you've been building. I finally found this technology that literally is revolutionizing the stem cell industry. What have you heard about stem cells, Marci?
Oh yeah, I read that book recently on Tony Robbins, like 20 grand for an injection out of state. Yeah, that's all I really understand. It seems like it's expensive, but working.
Hey, so you've heard of people injecting stem cells, correct?
Yeah.
Do you know where those stem cells come from?
No.
Okay, they come from umbilical cords, babies. They're taking stem cells from younger babies and injecting it to people who want to regenerate and repair certain parts. Do you know how expensive it is?
I know it's expensive, but what I heard is doesn't come from babies. It's like out of country cord blood, like the cord blood of moms. But yes,
Cord blood, bone marrow.
Yep.
There's
But
multiple ways.
I do know it's expensive. Yes.
Okay, and it is invasive. So
Yes.
A Band-Aid.
a Band-Aid. So everyone, did you hear how I just piqued Marci's interest? I stay in that lane so much. I want her to understand the traditional way of stem cells. Hey, Marci, look at this. I finally found this technology. I've never seen it before. What if I can turn on your own stem cells by applying this wearable, this patch on you?
Wow. So we produce our own stem cells and you can turn that on?
So we actually produce our own stem cells, and after the age of 35, 50% of your own stem cells does not produce anymore. After the age of 65, 80 to 90% doesn't produce anymore. So can you imagine now we can actually turn on your own stem cells, Marci? Look at this little patch right here.
Wow, I love that. Is it expensive?
It is so affordable now. It's less than a cup of coffee a day. I can't believe it.
That's so cool. Oh my God.
Hey, you know what, Marci? Does this interest you? Do you want to know more information about this?
I do.
Hey, you know what? What's been going on with you lately? What's been going on in your health? Talk to me.
You know, I had a second reoccurrence of that breast cancer, so it's been kind of rough.
Are you tired? How's your energy? Are you going through pains or?
Yeah, I'm tired and I have a lot of pain. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Hey, if you're free tonight, I would love to invite you to a live testimonial call. It's only 30 minutes. And I want to send you this website so you can review just a couple of minutes of the video so you can physically see what this does without me telling you that. Can I invite you on the call?
Yeah, so first of all, I might be going to dinner tonight on the call, but I'd love to see the site. Do you have any testimonials on anybody else going through the same issues that I've been going through that you can send me? Do you have any?
Yeah, you know what? We have created an amazing testimonial system. I'm going to send you something on pain, recovery, okay, and inflammation. And then after you watch that, okay, if it resonates with you, Bill, I'm explaining a pre-qualification right now. If this resonates with you, I will show you how to get this in your hands. I'll show you how to order this at wholesale, or I can even give you some trials if you like, okay? Whatever resonates with you.
Okay, I would love. So text me that site. You said it was startx39now.com.
Now.com.
Okay, and yeah, I would love to see the testimonials. I'll watch that one tonight. And you said you have live ones. Of course, I'm doing this dinner tonight. Do you have a live one I can see tomorrow?
We do this 5 days a week, so I'll send you over a schedule tomorrow. I would love for you to join me tomorrow as I'll be on there. And if you cannot, let me know and I'll send you another recording.
Okay, that's
everyone.
great.
Did you just see how strong I stayed in the pre-qualification stage? I really made sure that I get a commitment from her that one time. If she cannot, I want to make sure she watches it. Did anybody hear me saying anything else afterwards? No, I don't want to talk anymore. Does that make sense? If you can stay in the peak lane and the pre-qualifying lane and practice listening to everyone's the problems until you resonate with them. The moment you resonate with them, you got it. And I'll leave with this. Anybody loves to invest in real estate, correct? Will a real estate agent ever take a client on before they know their FICO score and if they're qualified to purchase that property? Are you going to be driving around 20 clients every day without knowing that they can afford the home? No. So why are we giving people samples, or why are we telling them to order if they have no clue or have not seen exactly what the value of this technology? And I want them to see the value of our community. If you can do this, you're gonna save yourself 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, okay? So we don't want you to work harder. We want you to duplicate smarter. So thank you, Marci, for letting me role play with you. We're gonna dig deep on all these kind of role plays, but just know, everyone, we've been doing this since day one. But again, today we're gonna start going deeper into the skills, and we're gonna start here with Christian Hansen. And just know, I've read his book. Suzanne McGee, thank you for introducing us to Christian Hansen. And just know, everyone, Marci and I, everyone, our whole organization did not become this way from us. It was each one of you. Everybody has a role into this, into our system, okay? So I'm actually gonna go live on Facebook with this. Marci, do you wanna add anything before we?
That would have been great. I wish we would have gone live with the whole thing. I don't know why we didn't think of that. Oh, well, that's okay. Yeah, go live on Facebook. Let's start. Christian's here.
Hey, everybody. Great. Thank you so much. I just took a ton of notes right here and on my paper. There's some great examples of making sure you're peaking and pre-qualifying and the whole framework of asking and sharing and giving. Here we go. Just accept that. So real quick, my name is Christian Hansen, and I'm the author of the #1 best-selling book, The Influence Mindset. It's about the art and science of getting people to choose you. And LinkedIn published it as one of the top 10 books in marketing when it came out. So this is all about how do you influence people? Because here's the deal, you guys. If you want to be successful in life, you need to be able to master 2 things. Okay, you need to be able to transform yourself and the value that you offer, but you also have to transform your ability to influence how other people perceive and engage with your value, right? Because there's a gap. There's a gap between what you offer and what you do, and then how people see that. Now, we're taught and we're conditioned to do a lot of behaviors that widen that gap and make it difficult for you to become influential. But in my course, the Personal Influence Masterclass, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second, I'm going to show you how to deconstruct and remove those behaviors so you can close the gap between your value and how it's perceived. Right now, I'm going to give you just a brief sampling of some of the ideas and things that we're going to be covering over the next several months in this training. So real quick, I'm just going to put a link in the chat here so we can learn more and sign up for the course. But so Marci, I have about 45 minutes. That's what you said, right? We're good for that?
We have until 11 o'clock.
Okay, guys, get ready. We're going to dive in deep. And we're going to dive in fast, right? So to start off today, I want you to think about a time when you were, really young, like about 5 years old, and remember the feeling of when you had done something and you immediately realized that you were in big trouble, okay? So here's the thing. When I was 5, one of my absolute favorite movies was the classic 1968 movie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Okay, anybody seen that movie? Anyone remember like that fantastic classic film? Dick Van Dyke, who actually just turned 97, right? So here's the thing: is that this movie was about this car. It had magical abilities, and it could fly. It could turn into a boat. It can do all these amazing things. And as a 5-year-old, my mind was just blown, right? Now, when I watch it today, it's a little bit creepy at times, but who cares, right? It's a classic. It still works. It's a great film. And so the thing is, as I was watching this, I just thought to have a car like that would be the absolute coolest. Now, when we went to the doctors and I had to get, my shots and my checkups, my mom had a rule that if we didn't cry, then I could get a treat, right? So here we go. Oh, I just erased the board, by the way, you guys. So I'll switch that around. But so if I didn't cry at the doctors for my checkups and making sure that I was doing okay, then I could get a treat. Now, because I loved Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the treat that I wanted one year was to get a teeny tiny little model car of a car so I could play with it because I loved it so much. So went to the doctors. I came out with flying colors. I didn't cry. I was holding it in there. It was tough. But then I came out, my mom said, okay, let's go to Pick and Save. Anybody ever remember the store Pick and Save? And it's this dollar store. So I went and it was fantastic because they had this whole row of just little toys that were really, really cheap. And I went and I scoured through all the mini toy cars, and I found the perfect car that looked like the car from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So we got it and we drove home, and I was just, driving all around and imagining it flying and, all through the walls and, on the ground. And I was just letting my imagination run wild with possibilities, right? I was having a really fun thing. Now, there's one problem though. I had a car that could fly and I had a car that could go really, really fast. But the question was, could my car turn into a boat? Okay, this was a very important question. So I needed to find a place where I could test if my car could turn into a boat. Now, as a 5-year-old, all the sinks, are really too high. I can't deal with those. But where do you think as a 5-year-old, I could find an accessible basin of water, right? That was about my height, that was full, and I could see if my car was going to float. Well, I found the toilet, right? And, so I was like, hey, this is perfect. This is going to be great. So I went in and, it was clean, and with visions of like the boat and the movie in my head, I plopped it in, all waiting for it to float. But all of a sudden, physics and life happened. And guess what? My toy car didn't float at all. It completely sunk to the bottom, and I don't know what to do. I'm afraid, right? Okay, what do I do? What do I do, right? This is not how this is supposed to happen. So I was too nervous. I didn't know how to fish it out. So in panic mode, I was worried. I did the only behavior that I'd ever done around a toilet, and that was just I hit the flush. completely on accident. I had no idea what was happening. I was just like, and then I watched in horror as my car, my chitty chitty bang bang car was circling the drain and it went into the oblivion. Okay, now that, as bad as that sounds, it's not as bad as what happens next. All of a sudden, I started hearing gurgling and noises that are coming from a toilet that should not be coming from a toilet. And I start freaking out, right? And so I knew in that moment that I was in big trouble. So naturally, I went and ran to my mother and told her all the things that happened and how sorry I was. No, of course not. I'm 5. I'm freaking out. So I just, it's fine. It's fine. It's gone, and I forgot about the whole thing. I'm just like, it didn't happen. We're good. I was too scared and embarrassed, and I just hoped it was going to go away, right? Well, I knew that night that this wasn't a problem that was just going to go away, because over dinner, I heard my mom just making a comment. She says, dear, something's wrong with the kids' bathroom toilet. I don't know, it's just making a funny noise. And I sat there and I just froze. And I'm just like eating, not acknowledging. I'm like, my parents can sniff fear. I'm just going to play stupid and everything. And then my parents looked at me like, Christian, did you put anything in the toilet? I'm like, no. No, of course not. No. And then I looked at my younger brother, who was like 2. I'm like, he probably did, So I'm blaming my brother. I mean, that's what you should do as a very good older brother. And so that night started a process of how to fix and dig deep and figure out what was wrong. Okay. So it was interesting. So first, my dad went and he toggled the handle, right? And he heard the sound and it still wasn't quite working. So then he took one step deeper. He looked inside, right? He lifted the top of the toilet. He looked in, he played around with it. Everything was fine. Then he did a third step, which was he took out the stuff in the toilet and he's, figuring out, and I'm just standing there with my teddy bear in the doorway, just like looking on in horror, going, I hope that this gets fixed. Well, nothing was happening, right? And it wasn't getting fixed because I knew exactly what the problem was. My car was stuck deep in the pipes. And if we didn't get that, then this wasn't going to be fixed at all. Okay. This was that kind of a problem, you guys. It wasn't going to be fixed. And as a 5-year-old, I'm just watching going like, I am in such deep trouble, but they don't know it was me. They don't know. Right. So they kept going deeper and deeper. So that Saturday, my dad was at a point of frustration. He just didn't know what was going on. So he actually crawled underneath the house one Saturday and he starts fiddling with the pipes. And I always remember my mom standing up there in the bathroom and we could hear my dad underneath the floor. And he's like, okay, try it now. My mom flushes, hear the sound. And then my dad's banging and tinkering underneath the house. And he's like, okay, try it now, banging and tinkering, nothing happens. And then finally my dad's like, okay, I think I got it. Try it now. And then my mom flushed it. And then you could hear the sound of like a week's worth of stuff for the past couple of days just coming straight out of the bottom, right where my dad was underneath the house. And he was just like, okay, stop. And so my dad comes out and he's just covered in muck, in grime, in dirt, and it just looks horrible. And you know what he's holding in his hand? He's holding my toy car, okay? and guess what I did? I blamed it on my brother. You threw my car away. So, aside from having to do some therapy over that as an adult, I'm trying to figure it out. The key thing here is that when there was a problem, that there was a set of degrees that we had to go deeper and deeper and deeper until we got to the root of what was truly causing it, right? So why does this matter? What does this story have to do with what you're doing in impacting the lives of people and also trying to grow your own business and increase your opportunities? Well, the thing is that though the story is 100% true, okay, the story really isn't about toy cars and pipes, okay? This lesson is, how do we ultimately improve the results and get what we want? We are here, we meet together as a community to talk about how do we get the results, right? How do we change results and everything? And just like this story, we need to dig a little bit deeper and understand what is happening underneath so we can get to the results that we want. So here's a question to think about. How come some people reach their potential and how come others don't? Have you ever thought about that? How come some people achieve what they're trying to do and they seem to be effortlessly moving forward and becoming and doing what they want to do? And then how come other people seem to struggle, right? Have you ever felt like you're just spinning your wheels and you're trying to get the results that you want, but it's just not happening, right? Have you ever felt that way sometimes? If you guys, thumbs up in the chat or a yes right here in the chat and let me know, right? Because I know I have. I know that I've totally felt that way, and it's been really, really frustrating. Have you ever wondered why you were working so hard and you're putting in all this effort and nothing was coming from it, right? There you are, toggling the switch of the toilet, checking again and again and again what's happening, but nothing is really changing. This is a serious question, because on this question of why some people get the results they want versus others hinges everything that you're wanting to achieve. It hinges your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations of what your business could become. It hinges on your quality of life that you're working so hard to do and the impact you want to have on others. So here's the deal. We are here to help to change and improve and unleash your results so you can achieve your dreams and ultimately your destiny. Okay? Because if you change your results enough, then you can ultimately change your destiny. So here's the deal. We need to rethink, where do results come from, right? What is really driving into this? Well, truth is that results just don't happen by themselves, right? Results happen because of actions that we take. Okay, does this make sense? The behaviors we engage in create the results that we want. But the thing is that no one stops to think whether or not we are really doing the right actions or we're doing the wrong actions, right? The mistake is that we're always thinking about, am I doing the actions with intensity, with enough frequency, right? Or, or the effectiveness of the actions. Okay, the thing is that these are not the primary questions that we need to be thinking about if you want to improve your actions. The real question that we need to be thinking about is that actions, so if results come from our actions, actions come from our thoughts. Okay, our thoughts and emotions. So if you're wanting to truly change your actions, the question isn't, how do I do it with more intensity? It's, how do we work on your thoughts that then open up your mind to a possibility of different ways of doing the actions, right? Because if my thoughts are here, then my action options are only going to be within this frame of mind. But if I can open up my thoughts and my emotions and widen that, all of a sudden the opportunity for me to change my actions has just exponentially improved. And also exponentially increasing my chance to improve my results, right? So here's the thing. We are unaware of the blinders that we put on because of our thoughts as it impacts our actions. Now, I'm of the firm belief that before you invest more energy into something, you need to intentionally reduce the friction of whatever you're doing. Because otherwise, if there's still the same amount of friction, you're pushing and the friction's still going to be there, right? But if we can reduce the friction, you just made your ability to take action and get results all the more easier. Right? So, but if you don't do that, you're just going to get frustrated because your results with more intensity aren't going to get better if your thinking is not right. Well, we still need to look a little bit deeper in the pipes, everybody, right? It's not just thoughts, because what controls our thoughts and emotions are ultimately our beliefs, right? And the story that we tell ourselves, or the meaning that we use to assign to how we do stuff. Okay. Does this make sense? We are looking deeper into the pipes here for what the true cause is to help you unleash your abilities to change your results. So here's the deal, that our beliefs, okay, they either empower us to take action and to change the course of our life, or they don't, right? They either enhance our performance and enable us to become and reach our potential, or they're limiting our ability even to see what thinking is possible, and therefore what actions are possible, and therefore what results are even possible, right? That's what we're here for. So these are called, and you guys mentioned it right here in the chat. Yeah, it's empowering beliefs and limiting beliefs, okay? And we got to understand that all beliefs carry consequences, right? Good ones carry great consequences. Bad and limiting beliefs carry limiting consequences. So what is a belief, right? As we're thinking about personal influence and digging into the deeper pipes of what impacts our behavior, we got to understand that a belief is a feeling of certainty about what something means, right? So for example, I believe people are generally good. People are generally trying their highest. Or, I believe that I'm good at handling different projects, or that I'm a patient driver. Now, my wife will argue on that one, most likely. But the thing is that we create our beliefs by assigning meaning to events or memories, or we accept the beliefs of others. Now, this is a really important thing, okay? If I came to you and I said, you are an amazing cook, if that belief resonates with something you hold about yourself, you're going to say, thank you very much. But if you're like, oh no, I burn water, are you kidding me? Right? Then that belief, I say, oh, you're an amazing cook, you're going to be able to reject that and to set it aside. Or if I come to you and I'm like, you're a fantastic musician, again, you're like, no, I can't even play chopsticks. Like I break pianos just by looking at them. Then you're going to be able to accept or reject whatever belief that I tell you. Now, here's the deal. So that you have the power to assign the meaning to events in your life and how you are, creating your reality. We don't respond to reality. We respond to our perception of reality. And you have 100% ability to control that. Okay. Are you guys with me on this? Okay. Give me a thumbs up in the chat just to make sure, because we're about to, share something that's going to really change the whole perspective on this. So how many of you have accepted the belief of someone else that they told you that, you're not very good at that, right? As a child, I have lots of beliefs and things that people told me. And as a child, I didn't have the ability to know that I could reject or accept those things. And so day after day, time after time, we accumulate these beliefs, just like dipping a candle into wax. Each and every one more belief after another, and it accumulates. And slowly, the blinders of other people's fears masquerading as advice slowly limits and puts in place blinders on the narrative and stories we tell ourselves, which then controls the thoughts and emotions we have, which then controls our ability to think about what actions are options and what we can do, which ultimately narrows the results that we're able to achieve. We have to dig deeper. We have to go look at what is at the bottom of the pipes if you're wanting to ultimately unleash your results and change your destiny. Okay. Failure is not a person and it's not an event. It is the perception of an event. And as you look at, your behaviors, as you're trying to build your business and build relationships, we got to know that the way you assign meaning and the stories you're telling about yourself are having direct consequences in your ability to achieve your dreams. Okay. So here's the deal, guys. We need to be intentional right here, right now, about controlling our beliefs, or else they will control us. Do your beliefs serve you, or do you serve them? Right? Do the beliefs that people have given you, as you think about it, are they really the types of people, or those types of the events that you want to continue to have in your life? Now, keep in mind, the beliefs that we have, they've served us up until a point, but from here on out, from today, from this moment, we need to be clear that these beliefs are no longer serving us to where we're wanting to go. They got you here, but you're not wanting to stay here. You're wanting to go to the next level. You're wanting to raise your game. You're wanting to open up the opportunities in front of you so you can become and change ultimately your destiny. That's what we're here to do. Now, here's the deal. Sometimes, though, our actions may be in counter to the thoughts and beliefs. I'm working with a health coach right now. And you know what the biggest thing that he's helped me understand? He's helped me create alignment between my actions, thoughts, and beliefs. Because sometimes my actions are one thing, you know, I'm trying to eat healthy, I'm trying to do that. But if I have negative beliefs and thoughts about whether or not I can even get healthy or I can even lose weight, those are going to be counteracting and pulling away. Because here's the deal. You cannot outperform our beliefs. Our actions cannot overrun our negative beliefs, right? You can't have external abundance if you cultivate internal scarcity, right? You can't outperform underperforming beliefs. So if we're wanting to change everything for your life, then we need to dig deeper. We got to go deeper in the pipes, because then you can truly let your imagination run wild, like I did with my cars, which is what we're going to be doing in the Personal Influence Masterclass. Now, I have spent my entire career, so I worked in higher education, I worked in careers, I ran, MBA programs, and I have sat across the desk as thousands upon thousands of people have tried to influence me to choose them. Okay, guys, success is not, people have to buy into you before they buy from you. And I've learned that, as I was looking at this, I realized I had a front row seat at learning, how do people stand out when everybody else is trying to stand out too, right? So as I said at the beginning, success happens when you are able to transform yourself and your value and your ability to influence how people perceive that value. Most people just do the first thing, if at all, right? And we're good at raising our skills. But if you're not good at then changing how you influence your ability to communicate that, you've just lost the game. So how this is going to work in the masterclass, okay, is ultimately you're going to get access to a couple different things. First, we're going to be having weekly live Zoom sessions, okay, where there's an opportunity for Q&A. I'm going to be sharing content, but then also you're getting access to video content that's evergreen. It's there, where I'm going to be sharing ideas and concepts and weekly habits. And plus, we got worksheets that I've put together and I've tested and I've tried with different sales groups. And so how it's going to work is you're going to have a set of videos to watch each week. Then you're going to have a Zoom session that's going to complement it. Then the next week, you got new videos that are going to be made live and posted, and homework and things to do, all designed to help you increase and develop specific habits. And then we're going to go to a Zoom session, which is meant to really apply and put it all together. Okay. Now we're going to be doing this over the course of the next 2 months, starting February 13th, right? So this next week, you're going to be getting a chance to sign up, and then we're going to be hitting the start button the week of February 13th. And we're going to be hitting, going off from there. Every Monday, we're going to have our Zoom sessions. And then you're going to get a chance to watch and recorded content. And then plus, we did a similar session this past fall with a more short content. So you can have access to that content as well. Now, throughout the course of these things, we're going to be drilling into 3 key skills. Okay. Number 1, we're going to be talking about how to start the day, right? Every single day, if you can win the morning, then you're going to win the day. If you're able to win the day enough times in a week, you're going to win the week. And win enough weeks in a month, you've just won a month. And win enough months, you've just won the year. And it all starts with the first hour of how you spend your day. We're talking about what behaviors, what things you can do to really supercharge your day so you can clear your mind of any obstacle things that are holding you back, right? Second, we're going to then talk about how to engage your heart and mind. Because most of us enter sales, and especially direct sales and business relationship building opportunities by not thinking too clearly. And I'm going to reveal what is happening behind the scenes. What is the psychology of influence? What is happening in the heart and mind of someone whom you're trying to influence? Because if you can understand that, if you can become literate in what's really happening underneath the surface, right, then you've just increased your chances of success. And we're going to be engaging this process. We're going to be learning strategies, right, of how to do that. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about how do you ultimately serve with influence. This is, at the end of the day, right, we are here about blessing people's lives, okay? And how do we truly serve them? And how do we serve with, influence, and how do we really bless the lives of others? Because I believe that a person's, value to you and your business is not in their time as a client, but it is in their role as someone who continually refers more and more business to you because you serve you serve them at a level that is uncomparable, right? If all you do is resolve a service need, you've created a transaction. But if you resolve an emotional need, you've just created an advocate for life. It's one famous entrepreneur that I really look up to, Brian Buffini. That's a quote. So how are you resolving their emotional needs? Because if you could do that, you've just impacted and changed your business. All right. So you guys, we got to be clear. What's happening inside the minds of people when they're deciding whether or not to accept you? Well, the thing is, we got to understand people aren't choosing or rejecting you and your value. Rather, they're choosing or rejecting the presentation of your value. And as I mentioned, there's a gap between what you offer and how it's perceived. And we're here to, close that gap and increase your chances of success. Because there are behaviors that you've learned, that you've been taught in school and in life that actually, despite your efforts, are widening those gaps. There's a lot of friction. And despite all the effort we're putting in, we're widening that gap and making it harder for you to achieve your dreams. We're going to be talking about how to listen, truly how to listen, talking about specific phrases and words that you can be intentional about using that are designed to influence people more effectively. Talk about strategies and pitfalls that most people don't see that are going to enable you to become more successful. So again, I'm going to put right here in the chat box the link. This is an insane amount of content and opportunities for a price that it's $200 for 8 weeks of content, you guys. And my job is here to really transform you, because the more I can transform you, then I've just been able to help bless the lives of people that you are influencing. You have something that can bless and impact the lives. And how can we widen your ability to do that? All right. So real quick, how many of you took the Influence Mastery course with me in the fall, right? And let me ask you a couple of questions, right? How did it make you feel, right? Did it change your paradigm? Just throw in the chat real quick. How do you feel different because of the stuff that we did in that short amount of time? We really crammed it in. Did you find new tools? Did you find new approaches that was able to help? And most importantly, did it make a difference not just in your business, but in your life? Because a rising tide raises all boats. And you guys, if you thought that was helpful, that brief time that we spent there, if you thought was helpful, that is nothing compared to the fire, and I mean it, the fire that I feel now. Okay, I have started this new year, and I just feel a fire burning within me to help change and empower you to go and change yourself, transform your value, and to go and impact and bless the lives of other people through how you serve. Okay, this is going to be an amazing experience. Getting some just comments right in here. Awesome. This is fantastic feedback. I really appreciate it. So you guys, some final thoughts. Okay. We've talked, this is just the tip of the iceberg. How many of you have learned something you didn't know before? Or how many of you were reminded of something that you needed to be reminded of just in these brief few minutes? Okay. Let me see in the chat box real quick. Awesome. Guys, this is so cool to see the feedback. Okay. There are going to be thoughts and things that are going to be brought to your mind and to your soul, right? That I'm not saying, but that it's sparking you to feel and to think about. And that's my goal here. Okay, because when we're in a space of thinking and reflecting on these important things of how do we change our results? How do we change our actions? How do we reshape our thoughts? And ultimately, how do we influence our beliefs? This is a space that's going to change your life in more ways than one, okay? Because something magical happens. When you are in, when you're aligned here, this creates alignment. And I call this the arc principle. Okay, first it starts off, you're in alignment. And when your values, when your behaviors, and when your thoughts and your beliefs are all aligned, the second thing that creates is resonance. Have you met somebody who you knew that they were a person of integrity, of power, of love, of kindness and generosity, and it just resonated from them, right? And then when that happens, the next thing is that it's contagious. You begin to be impacted by it as well. And when you're impacted by it, that creates the third C, and that's change. Now we're going to drill into these. I'm just moving really fast here. Okay. Alignment, resonance, and then contagion. It spreads and impacts and it changes people. I'm here to help you do that. And that's how you truly master true personal influence. Okay. So you guys think about this. If you are selling healing, if you're selling people a better version of themselves, how does your sales process truly model that? How are you modeling that in your personal life? Or are you not in alignment, right? We're here to get you aligned. We're digging deeper in the pipes to really find what's going on and to empower you, right? People don't attract what they want. They attract what they are. And if you are someone who is aligned and is truly making a difference and you're living a life and you're the type of person, you will attract that. Because guys, there's so much scarcity and fear and worry and concern and contention. People turn on the radio, they turn on the TV, and there's a lot of crap out there. And that's filling people's minds with fear. But if you can be a person who is intentional about changing your beliefs to a more positive level, raising your energy and all this stuff, then you're going to be attracting the kind of people who are seeking out you. People may do business with you for what you can do, but they will continually do business because of who you are and how you make them feel. And the way you make them feel is by being aligned and aligning your beliefs, your thoughts, your actions, and they're going to change your results. Okay. When you're congruent, when you are filled with goodness, when you are filled with integrity, it's going to attract the right people to you. Okay. So you guys, again, raise your hand if you've learned something new or if you've been reminded of something you needed to be reminded of. This is just the tip of the iceberg here. We're going to be digging in deep. Never, and I mean this, never has there been a better time to influence, serve with kindness, and bless the lives of others, which is what you do. Okay. Get ready. We're going to be looking deeper into the pipes to find out what's really happening, what's holding you back, undoing those perceptions, changing your thought patterns, and then teaching you the tactical things that you can do to change your life and impact others. So many of our behaviors are learned, right? But they're not delivering the results that we truly want in life. And I'm here and I am passionate about, and I love helping people recognize those and deconstruct them so that they can find what isn't working, rebuild their beliefs, their thoughts, their actions, so they can get the results, change their destiny, and ultimately let their imagination run wild. My name is Christian Hansen. Welcome to the Personal Influence Masterclass. I'm excited to have you, and I'll see you all on February 13th. Thank you so much, you guys. Any questions, let me know, but excited to have you in the course.
Wow, thank you, Christian. Thank you so much. And really quick, everyone, if you have a question for Christian, please put it on the chat right now. So just to give everyone information, who saw value in this quick training right here? Okay, Marci and I have been given everything for free. Just want to let you know. Our websites are free, our trainings are free. We never ever charge, okay? But even bodybuilders like us need coaches. Does everybody agree? everybody needs a coach. So and my whole thing is work with people that are like you, meaning like you want the same thing as you, right? You want to learn the same thing as you or better than you. Christian is bringing on a whole nother skill set, mindset, influence that Marci and I are really resonating on. And that's why we, due to the help of Suzanne, she has pilot tested this through her organization, and we saw the value on this, and that's why we're bringing on Christian. So everyone, if the flyer will be posted on Telegram, on Facebook. If you want to write down this website, it is called the christianhansen.com influence dash masterclass. It's on the flyer. The 8-week course for 8 weeks, it is $200. It comes out to be $25 a class. You're not driving anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're literally getting the best training for yourself for the next 90 days, 8 classes. The dates are all written on there. It's all on a Monday, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you enroll into there will be recordings that Christian physically made a special website just for the Be Activating team. So just know he is vested very heavily. He put out a lot of time. For Marci and I to hire him ourselves, it would be in the thousands and thousands. But we don't need it because we want to share it with you, and we all community. If you see the value in this, and this is only an option, if you want to learn more, you just enroll. And it's such a steal of a price. So thank you, Christian, for not only being here with us this morning, being with our group for the last few months, as you got to feel the heartbeat, you got to see who we are, you know our purpose behind this, but we also love becoming better and being able to just open up the door for this year with some amazing skill sets so we can light up more people's lives. So we love your value. Thank you so much, Christian.
If I could just say what I'm going to love about this class, and he rewrote the class deeper for us so we could do on-the-job training, like our homework, our working, the work, like our workbook kind of thing. So when he says he's doing videos, homework, and Zoom, this is going to be real hands-on training where we do the work. So we really gets into our head how to work our business with influence. I love what you said. People, you do business, people continue to do business with you if they like who you are and how you make them feel. He's going to train us on how to do that, how to be those influential people from the heart. And so I'm so excited, Christian. And I just put the flyer in Be Activating Community. I will put it on Facebook and I will blast that out. Christian, is there a link we could put on chat that people could grab right now as well?
Absolutely. And just to answer just some questions, you guys, okay, so like I said, there's going to be live Zoom sessions. They're going to be recorded. Okay, so you can watch them again and again. Second, there's going to be existing videos that I'm already going to be preparing and filming separately that are going to complement. So this is, again, you're going to watch a video. There's going to be worksheets and homework, and it's there static. You can watch it again and again. And then there's also going to be recorded Zoom trainings that I'm going to make available as well. Okay, so it's all there. And you can watch it again. So if you have to miss or something happens, or, we're moving quickly, because boy, even though I said we're going to be slowing down, but I just got way too much good stuff here, guys. I got too much good stuff. So we're going to be moving quick. We got a lot to do here because we're in the business of changing lives, and we got to make it happen now. Okay. But it's going to be there. So we're going to be recording it. You can go back again and again, review and use it again and again. Okay.
And Christian, I did put in chat the link. So everyone grab that link now. put it in the notes of your phone or email it to yourself, but you can click on the link, I believe, Christian, that I put in chat, and they can register right from that link. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
they can go right there. There's a brief little intro page, and then takes you straight there. So, yeah, looking forward to it, you guys. And if you have any other questions, let me know. But for this next week, let's get people signed up, and then we'll be starting week of, the February 13th, and then we'll be on track from there. Okay. So I'm so excited to have you guys on this journey. And I'm excited to walk this path with you, because this is going to be an amazing thing. So
And
thank you
just
so much.
I understand, it starts the 13th at 12:30 Pacific. If you guys want to mark your calendar, I'm doing it right now. I will be in that class. So 12:30 Pacific, Monday the 13th. Did I do that right, Christian? That's the first class.
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
And again, this session is recorded. It's always posted on our Telegram, everyone. And we're gonna close up this call. We're going into our second month, everyone. Just think of it as a corporation. We're gonna finish up the quarter. It's 90 days, right? Not only do we have Christian here to help us with our skill sets, we're going to robust the podcast now. So since we have 200 plus people on here, everybody write down this website. It is called ourteamcalendar.com. OURTEAM calendar.com. If anyone that wants to share their testimonials, if you have a testimonial, if your team has a testimonial, if anyone wants to be on the podcast and interview, okay, please go to that website. We are now systemizing our testimonials now for this year, and it's going to help us and all our presenters to pre-qualify, to make sure that we have testimonials lined up. And we just want to let everybody know, again, we cannot do this ourselves. This team is such a unified team where we're growing, we're learning, we're making mistakes together, but we're learning together, okay? This is what you do when you build an organization. And this organization is not just the organization, it just happens to be the biggest organization in North America. So be proud of yourself. But this year, I'm going to leave it with this. We will see each other at the convention. Once we find a date, once we find a location, once we find where it is, I want each one of you to find your bodybuilders and come to the convention with us. Bring a minimum of 2, not 1, 2, to come see the vision, the future of where LifeWave is going now and forever. We had a taste of David Schmidt this year. He will not be traveling. I repeat, he will not be traveling to a lot of events this year, okay? He will be in Asia. So really the only time to get him is really on Zooms, and we will bring him onto one of our Zooms very soon. But we are now merging our online system with the best offline events to carry us all the way to convention. And if anybody wants to end their year, let this be your year. Let me repeat this again. Let this be your year of the best health, the best time for yourself, and the best freedom that you can ever have. And you got to fight for it. You got to earn it. You got to work for it. And you got to bring 2 people to change their lives for you to get yours. So last thing, did anybody enjoy and saw value and learn something today? Raise your hand. Awesome. It's been a great call, everyone. I'm going to stop the Facebook recording. We're going to stop this recording here.